My name is Mike Nash, and I live in Beach Park, Illinois, 6 miles from the Wisconsin border and 4 miles from the Lake Michigan shoreline. I came to Iowa tonight to talk to you about the most dynamic individual I have ever observed on the American political scene. In one of Aesop's fables, the mice were beset by a cat, which kept sneaking up on them and eating them. So they met in grand council and agreed that one of them should tie a bell to the cat, and they would always hear him coming. But since none of them was willing to do that, the cat went right on eating them. The current GOP candidates have all called for a balanced federal budget to keep our government from devouring our children's future. Only one of them, however, has been willing to say exactly what programs he would cut and what special interests he would antagonize in order to do that. This candidate has also stood up for people whom no one else would. For veterans ignored by a military establishment more interested in acquiring massively expensive and often useless weapons systems than in taking proper care of them. For black Americans unfairly targeted by the war on drugs. For older Americans whose savings are being effectively stolen by a government which refuses to acknowledge the inflation that it is creating. And for our men and women in uniform, whose lives some would squander in endless wars that have nothing to do with our safety. It should come as no surprise that they give more money to this candidate than to all of the others from either party combined. He has rejected the notion that we in this country are somehow entitled to rule other people, and he will defend this country far more effectively precisely because he will not try to rule the world. His name is Ron Paul, and he's been saying the same things for 30 years. He's not only the smartest, bravest, and most honest man in Washington, but also the toughest, and definitely not a mouse.